Hi Virgo, this is your monthly December tarot reading. I do 5 separate spreads in my monthly readings. We'll have a spread on new love, a separate spread on love and an existing relationship or marriage. I'll do an X spread. We'll talk about your work, your business, and your finances, and we'll get you an advice for the whole month of December. Please like, subscribe, and share this video to support this channel. This first spread is a new love this month. We have Death clarified by the Knight of Swords, we have the Hierophant, we have the Ten of Pentacles clarified by the Sun, we have the Nine of Cups with the King of Swords and the Queen of Pentacles in the potential outcome, and we also have the Hangman on the bottom of the deck. You could be dealing with Scorpio or Taurus or an air sign, Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. A very interesting spread, Virgo. We do have Death, the first card that came out, and we also have the Hangman on the bottom of the deck all the way to your right. And I think those two cards are interconnected, right? By the way, you're probably dealing with an air sign, Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. The card in the middle of the potential outcome, the King of Swords, is the person you're dealing with. If they're not an air sign, then this is somebody who is very strong-willed. This person could be cold as ice, but at the same time, they're very determined, very decisive. And if this person says something, they usually keep their word. And there could be like a conflict of interest. I can't think of a better expression in the beginning, because both of you are very strong-willed. Both of you want something to be done in a particular way. And by something, I mean this relationship or the way it moves forward, right? But it kind of feels like both of you want this to work out, and the two of you will finally see eye to eye. So the phrase I keep hearing, Virgo, is something's got to give. But that is applicable to both of you. And once the two of you figure it out, once the two of you align, once the two of you compromise, and once the two of you sacrifice a little bit, then it's going to become an amazing, very solid and happy type of a connection, type of a relationship. Speaking of something that's got to give, right? That's what I think the Death card is all about, with the Hangman on the bottom of the deck. Those two cards. The Hangman is a situation that is stuck, that is not moving anywhere. So you'll still have this attraction to each other. You will still have this subconscious, I guess, understanding that the two of you can make anything happen, make anything work. The two of you could be happy in a relationship or marriage together. That's why we have the Hierophant and the Ten of Pentacles right next to Death. We'll talk about those two cards in just a second. But it's like you need to get it on the same page, right? So with the Hangman, this is, like I said, a situation that is stuck, that is not moving anywhere. But at the same time, the Hangman is also all about an epiphany. And the Hangman, every once in a while, comes through as a card of sacrifice. And by sacrifice, I mean compromise, right? So at some point, I think the two of you will have to sit down and talk about it. Because both of you want it, both of you really want it, but you need to get on the same page, right? So Death, the first card that came out, it could represent the two of you rethinking the way both of you approach relationships, right? So you sacrifice a little bit, you compromise a little bit, and so will they. And Death card represents that, right? Death is clarified by the Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords could be that same person, that same King of Swords we see, right? But the Knight of Swords could be a card of like two people not being eye to eye, because out of all 4 knights, the Knight of Swords is the one that tends to get into a fight, right? So perhaps the two of you will go out on a date, and go out on a couple of dates. The two of you have so many things in common, but you have like fundamental differences about how a relationship is supposed to be built. And that's where the two of you will have to compromise. The Knight of Swords, this is the two of you kind of have this conflict a little bit, but you still want it to work. So with the Death card, that Knight of Swords energy, that rage is going to come to an end. Death is a card of transformation. If you take a closer look at Death, on the right, in the middle, on the right side, there is a sun coming up, right? And we also have the sun in the spread. The sun clarifying the Ten of Pentacles. The sun is the happiest card in the deck, right? So you can be happy together. Speaking of being together, the next card that came out is the Hierophant, and right next to it we have the Ten of Pentacles. Both cards are commitment or marriage cards. The Hierophant is about something traditional, like a committed relationship or marriage, and the Ten of Pentacles is also a commitment or marriage card. The Ten of Pentacles is a very long-term, very solid type of a deal. This is when people grow old together, have children together, if that is still an option for them. They buy real estate together. And it's clarified by the Sun. As I already mentioned, the Sun is the happiest card in the deck. In the potential outcome, we have the Nine of Cups with the King of Swords and the Queen of Pentacles. The Queen of Pentacles, that is you, male or female. Absolutely doesn't matter. We already talked about the King of Swords. And the first card in the potential outcome is the Nine of Cups. It's a card of a wish come true, and it's a card of personal satisfaction and fulfillment. So the two of you could be experiencing fulfillment. The two of you could be in a committed relationship or marriage, right? You'll just have to compromise and have that conversation, Don't miss out on this opportunity, Virgo. And if you are a cross watcher, if you're a King of Swords, if you're an air sign watching this, compromise. And the two of you will, make it work. The two of you can definitely have a commitment. The two of you can definitely get married, and the two of you can definitely be happy together. All right, and happiness is what I wish you, Virgo. Congratulations. Virgo, if you are already married or if you're in a relationship, this spread is for you. We have the Seven of Cups clarified by the Six of Swords. We have the World, we have the Wheel of Fortune, and we also have the Queen of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck. I see travel here, to be honest with you, or end of some sort of a confusion or frustration about perhaps a choice, but I don't really see it as something negative, right? There's definitely something that's going to be very fortunate that's starting for you. So the Queen of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck, that is you, Virgo, right? Male or female, absolutely doesn't matter. And the first card that came out is the Seven of Cups. The Seven of Cups is a card of a multiple choice. This is a card of a confusion. This is a card of not knowing what to choose. Basically, just being unclear about something. So I think both of you are facing this dilemma in December, and it could be about some place you want to go for vacation, right? Because the Seven of Cups is clarified by the Six of Swords. The Six of Swords could play out as a card of travel, and the World in the middle often comes through as a card of someplace remote, and the Wheel of Fortune right next to the deck could also be a travel card. So perhaps the two of you are deciding between multiple destinations, or perhaps you're not sure if you should go, considering what's going on in the world. Some of you could be thinking about relocating, buying a new house or an apartment, or moving in together if you're just dating right now, right? And since we got the Six of Swords in the World and the Wheel of Fortune, and those could be movement cards, you could be, like I said, moving in together or relocating to a new location. Or it could be about pretty much anything. So the two of you are going to have to make a decision. And like I said, it's not anything bad, it's not anything negative. I do see you figuring it out and either going to that vacation destination, or actually relocating or moving in together, right? The Six of Swords clarifying that Seven of Cups, if it's not a card of you traveling, then it's an improvement card. The Six of Swords is always about things getting better. The World could be a happy end. The World is my happy end card. One chapter of your life coming to an end, and a new really happy chapter of your life is about to begin. And the Wheel of Fortune is also a start of a new cycle, a new period of your life, a very fortunate new cycle. The Wheel of Fortune is always good news in my spread. So yeah, you'll just have to figure it out, and I think you will. All right? Cool. Let's see if anybody comes back from the past for you, Virgo, this month. Keep in mind, it could be somebody from a couple of months ago, a year ago, or a couple of years ago, so it doesn't have to be the most recent ex. We have the Sun, we have the Devil clarified by the Ten of Wands, we have Strength clarified by the Two of Cups, and the High Priestess, and we also have the Five of Wands on the bottom of the deck. You could be dealing with a Capricorn or a Leo, or pretty much any zodiac sign. This is a general reading. Not only is it a general reading, it's a bit of a weird reading, to be honest with you, Virgo, but it kind of makes sense. What's weird about this reading is that there is no offers, there is no pages, there's no knights, there is no aces here, but there is a situation. Well, granted, everything is a situation, but it's a very unique situation, I guess. So there's you and another person in love with each other, right? But it kind of feels like the two of you are on again, off again, on again, off again. And I would just have to assume there will be an offer to get back together, to reconcile. And by the way, it could be coming from either them or you, because I do see just a situation here. And I do see someone's internal struggle. The Five of Wands on the bottom of the deck all the way to your right is that internal struggle. Should we get back together? Should we not get back together? I don't want to be with this person, but I'm in love. I'm madly in love with this person. You know, it's that type of a deal. Back and forth going inside your head, and most likely inside their head as well. Right? I do see a lot of mutual energies. The first card that came out is the Sun. The Sun is the happiest card on the deck. So the two of you were definitely happy together, and I believe the two of you can still be happy together. Then we have the Devil, clarified by the Ten of Wands. The Devil is the personal Capricorn card. You could be dealing with a Capricorn, but if it's not a Capricorn, then I think the Devil is that crazy attraction the two of you have towards each other. It's like this unnatural pull towards each other. It almost feels like the two of you are chained down together, right, to each other. You see how in the Devil card, yeah, it's partially blocked, but there's two people, they're chained to each other. But the thing about those chains are loose, right? So you always, that's where the on again, off again comes into this equation, I guess. The two of you occasionally take the chains off, but then knowingly put them back on. Right? Because you can't live without each other, and the two of you know it. The two of you realize it. The Devil is clarified by the Ten of Wands. The Ten of Wands is a card of a burden. So the burden here is the two of you can't stay away from each other for too long, and the two of you keep getting back together. Right? Then we have Strength, clarified by the Two of Cups and the High Priestess. Strength is the personal Leo card. You could be dealing with a Leo. But Strength is either the two of you holding back for a while, but then you can't hold back anymore, and you're getting back together. Right? The Two of Cups, clarifying Strength. The Two of Cups is a card of soulmate connection. This is a card of unconditional love, and it's a card of two people being together. Right? Then we also have the High Priestess. The High Priestess is either your own intuition, or the High Priestess is something hidden. And by hidden, I mean, you know, that unnatural pull you feel towards each other is what's hidden. You know, you can't explain it, but you keep going back to each other. Yeah, it's a weird reading. Like I said, there is no pages, there's no knights, there's no aces, but there's like a never-ending situation between the two of you. So hopefully the two of you can work things out, because I do see you, at least the two of you are at least soulmates, all right, with the Two of Cups, and the two of you can be happy together with the Sun card. All right, cool. Let's talk about your work, your business, and your finances, Virgo, this month. We have the Chariot, we have the Page of Wands clarified by the Page of Swords, we have the Six of Swords clarified by the Eight of Wands, and we also have the Page of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck. There's 3 pages on the table, right? For some of you, it could play out as you're spending money on children, probably your children, but I do see you going someplace or deciding to move forward with something or someone, right? It could be as simple as you and your family are going on a winter vacation together. Right, so if you have children, you could be spending money on one of those destinations like a Disney World or Disneyland, right? And the Six of Swords with the Eight of Wands and actually the Chariot too, those are fast cards, those are movement cards. So you could be traveling to that destination, or you could be having a family a trip together someplace for Christmas if you celebrate Christmas, or for just the winter break in December, right? You could also be buying a new car. And again, I do see children here involved. Perhaps you need a bigger car to fit all those kids, right? The Chariot could play out as a card of a vehicle, a minivan, or an SUV, or a bus, right? If it's not about kids, then somebody here really, really wants you on board. Perhaps they know what an amazing person you are, you're the best at what you do, and they're just going to be on your case throughout December. The Page of Wands, the Page of Swords, and the Page of Pentacles, it could be them just reaching out to you constantly, trying to get you to, start working with them or for them. With those pages, right? Then I think you will get on board because, like I said, the Chariot, the Six of Swords, and the Eight of Wands, those are movement cards. And the Six of Swords, this is a card of moving out of one place to another place. So, yeah, one of those scenarios, Virgo. All right? Cool. Virgo, here's an advice or a word of wisdom for you for the whole month of December. We have the Three of Wands, we have the King of Swords, we have the Four of Wands, and we also have the Knight of Cups on the bottom of the deck. This really reminds me of the first spread, the new love spread I did for you in the beginning of this reading. We got the King of Swords right there in the middle, right? The King of Swords could be an air sign, Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. And I think the advice for you to like I said during the first spread, is to work things out. And base this relationship, base this connection on love, not on fighting, not on butting heads, not on conflict. You'll need to change your perspective. You'll need to sacrifice. You'll need to get in line, and then you can make it work. You truly can make it work, right? The Knight of Cups on the bottom of the deck all the way to your right. It's all about genuine, authentic love. So the two of you will be falling in love with each other, right? The Knight of Cups is the knight in the shining armor. The first card I came out is the Three of Wands. The Three of Wands is a card of somebody who made up their mind, somebody who made a decision, and this decision will have to be, on compromises. This decision will have to be about how the two of you can move forward together, right? Then the Four of Wands right next to the deck. The Four of Wands is a card of a commitment or marriage, right? So yeah, I believe the advice is the same as I already stated during the first spread. Compromise, because the two of you can definitely make it work. The two of you can definitely be together and be happy together. We did have that Sun card in the first spread. All right, Virgo, so that's what I got for you for this reading. If this video resonates with you, please like it. Please also share and subscribe. And other than that, Virgo, have an amazing December. And there you have it. This was your tarot reading for this time period. I hope it resonated with you and helps you live a better life one way or the other. Thank you for watching, sharing, and subscribing.